Laying quiet and still in the middle of a World Heritage Site, the Victoria Fossil Cave in the Naracoorte Caves National Park is known as a site of exceptionally preserved fossil deposits. The limestone cave contains chambers with an array of magnificent stalactites and stalagmites. Paleontological digs have revealed it was the last resting place for ancient Australian megafauna like the marsupial lion and diprotodon. These large, charismatic vertebrates have received the majority of the public's attention. But what about the animals still living in these caves and calling them home? Troglophilic or cave-loving species are often so specialised to live in caves that they look nothing like their above-ground neighbours. Their bizarre features tell us about their evolutionary history, each story unique. Cave crickets are not one single species. They are a collectively described group within the Australian Macropathinae subfamily. These are highly specialised insects that originated over 100 million years ago, before the breakup of the supercontinent Gondwana. With their exaggerated spider-like legs, cannibalistic tendencies, and egg-laying tools that look like swords, the Australian cave crickets could certainly be considered bizarre, and not what would come to mind when most people picture something as commonplace as a cricket. One cricket species which lives in Victoria Fossil Cave is the enigmatic Novotetics naracoortensis. Using DNA data, we now know that Naracoortensis is probably not a single species. This cave cricket's populations likely represent multiple discrete species hidden away in limestone caves that are far too small for humans to access, making them all the more mysterious. Novotetics naracoortensis is alluring because it has survived through millions of years of climate fluctuations in a fragile habitat and has a very strange evolutionary history. A study by entomologist Dr. Perry Beasley-Hall on Novotetics found cave crickets have evolved in Australia twice, with one group in Tasmania being completely unrelated to any other cave cricket species in Australia. Strangely, this suggests that Australian cave crickets evolved independently in Tasmania and on the mainland. This mainland ancestor eventually migrated down to Tasmania, meaning the Tasmanian cave cricket fauna have at least two independent evolutionary origins. We wouldn't know any of this story without having access to the DNA of these ancient insects. We are surrounded by rainforest. Unlike the Naracoorte caves, which were formed by the dissolving of limestone rock, these caves were formed by the movement of large granite boulders into the stream beds. Over time, the rise and fall of the water levels washed away sediments and debris, leaving behind cavities and fissures between the boulders. These processes have created the perfect habitat for cave crickets and other troglophilic creatures. Such spaces between boulders are a unique feature in these environments, as they support access to the outside world to feed, but also allow the cricket species that live here to dwell in the darkest parts of the cave. This is particularly advantageous as they are known scavengers. Far from picky eaters, cave crickets have the ability to survive on plants, other insects, spiders, and even animal droppings. This means they play a vital role in the food chain within caves when other animals such as bats are absent. What's unique about these particular crickets is that they have been found to be a new, undescribed species. The closest known cave cricket in Victoria is the genus Cavenotetics from Buchan Caves, located more than 250 kilometres away. How do we know about these fascinating insects at all? Almost all of the cricket species currently known in Australia were described and named by the entomologist and speleologist Dr. Aola Richards. Educated in New Zealand, Dr. Richards was the first New Zealand woman to gain a PhD in biology in 1956. Dr. Richards not only documented the diversity of cave cricket fauna in Australia, but also recorded their diets, circadian rhythms, and habitat preferences. Her research on cave crickets and subsequently glowworms provided crucial information for the protection and awareness of cave habitats in Australia and New Zealand. Cave crickets are known to be endangered in at least one state in Australia, with Richard's Tasmanoplectron isolatum placed on the red list of threatened species in the mid-1990s. Despite this, no work has been done to help conserve the habitats these unique insects are found in, and increasing visitation due to tourist activities could further threaten the survival of these insects. We also know nothing about other species on Australia's mainland that might be even more at risk from human activity. While you might not have thought about them before now, there are whole communities of small animals living in caves. And just like us, they depend on a healthy planet for their ongoing survival.